Hi, welcome back to the channel everybody. Got a very exciting iron review video for you today. One fit that I feel quite close to in a way because I've had the previous model of this iron before, and it's the Wilson new staff model CB iron. So this iron is taking over from the V6, which was a very big iron for Wilson. It was in the market, I believe, for about 4 years, which is very unheard of for any brand to hold an iron in its current marketplace for 4 years as a model. So V6 has gone, they've renewed it, they've vamped it a little bit, some different sort of technology in here against it, but I tell you what, it looks a cracking looking iron, so really excited to test this and present this to you guys as always. Okay, so staff model CB. It makes sense that Wilson have introduced this. Obviously saw the staff model blade, which I've personally got in the bag, and I did have the V6 and I replaced them. I never thought I'd ever replace the V6 as I absolutely loved them. Staff model blade came along and they just they melted my heart in a way. So I had to put those in the golf bag. So it made sense that this staff model CB is renewed from the V6. It ties in a little bit with the naming of the staff model blade, and I tell you what, it's a cracking looking iron. So we've got that small cavity in the back, and putting that down there, it's just a classic looking golf club. Very little offset there, sort of medium to slimish top line, squat blade length. Just looks stunning, absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm going to get underway. I'm going to get the first one hit because I'm really excited to hit this. So this is obviously fully forged. It's not a strong distance hitting iron at all. This is a 7 iron. It's 34 degrees of loft, so it's very traditional on the lofting. Oh, and that's beautiful. That's a lovely shot, great strike. That feels absolutely as it should expect to feel. Really, really nice. So you'll see there that carrying 190 spins a little bit lower on there, 5.8. Thought I might just get a little bit more spin there, to be honest. As you'll see there, loads of stopping power on that land angle, 47 degrees, plenty of height on that ball. We always know we can knock these flights down, but obviously this is 7 iron, 34 degrees, so it is going to be an easier one to fly. Oh wow. Very solid, very stable. That's probably the good word there from those first two shots. It just feels very stable, that coming through that impact area. Yeah, that's a better, slightly different shot shape there. 6, 7 spin. Very good spin numbers. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As I said, V6 I thought was an absolutely stunning iron. Staff model blade. Sensational. I think this is obviously just a really nice sort of follow on from there for that golfer who just wants that little bit more tech in there with this tungsten. We've got a 20 gram tungsten weight in this bottom section here, which is positioning those long to mid irons. So just pulling that weight a little bit more sort of down in that club face, but ultimately creating a little bit more stability on those slight miss hits. And I found that with the V6. The V6 I thought in the long irons were pretty forgiving golf club, really, considering this blade length was very squat. It's quite a small head. It sort of was sometimes quite daunting in that long iron, but I thought the forgiveness levels was quite high, really. I think this is probably going to be something the same. Unfortunately, I've not got the long iron. I've only got a 7 iron, but that does feel very, very sort of stable. All right, so a bit of a skinny, bit of a low heely shot there. That'll be a little bit weak, that. Yeah, dropped off quite a bit, as you'd have going to expect. Ball speed 190, just dropping a tiny bit there. That's more me than the golf club, so unfortunately it's not going to save those sort of strikes. Oh, stunning, absolutely stunning. Just getting that beautiful feedback through those strikes. That's touch low in the face, but it still flew very nicely and has done a job. Okay, so there is a little bit of technology happening in this type of iron, and they've introduced some new technology from the V6. So we've got this tri-brace stabilizer system in the back section here, creating that stability, just transferring what Wilson's saying is transferring the energy back into that golf ball to try and keep some, obviously, ball speed up across that club face. So we've got an 8620 carbon steel material here, creating that sort of really nice, buttery, soft sort of sound, the soft sort of feel as you expect. We've got a little bit of mass in that back section in the middle, just helping to create a little bit more stability, again, maybe a little bit more sort of ball speed. But really, I think you know, there's obviously not a massive amount they can do with this type of iron in terms of technology, and you don't want it to be, do you? You know, you just want to get that feedback, you want that little bit of help in there. I think that tungsten's probably the biggest thing in there. It's going to create that little bit of forgiveness. Yeah, that's absolutely lovely. Could hit that all day. Feels great. We know we're not going to create a massive amount of ball speed with that 122 on that ball speed. Spin numbers there, that consistency there. I know there's that control, that land angle, the control when you're hitting into that green. I'd be confident there on the golf course if that was a downwind. The ground's firm, the greens are hard. I've got a flag tucked tight behind, maybe a bunker. I've got a lot of confidence there. I've got that stopping power coming into that green. So availability in the CB iron is 3-iron through to gap wedge. The 3-iron and the gap wedge are custom only, so custom fit only in those. And let's just hit one more to finish off on. Yeah, that's great. Didn't quite get all of that, but it's still a good shot. I get that feedback, feels fantastic. I know it's going to stop, see 7-1 spin. Really, really good numbers. Okay, let's just check those numbers out a little bit more detail with that new staff model CB iron from Wilson. Okay, so looking at those numbers a little bit more detail there. See club head speed just short of that 89 mile an hour mark, maybe just a 1 mile an hour slower, probably than what I generally am, normally on around that sort of 90 mile an hour mark. Ball speed, you see 121.5, so obviously not my fastest of ball speeds there, but again, this iron isn't really built around that. Is it, you know, 34 degree of loft. I'd expect not to be, you know, up to sort of 127, 128, which I typically would do, but obviously that's then more with that 28, 29 degree lofted 7-iron. So as you appreciate, you're not going to hit the most longest golf shots with this type of iron. Launching at 19, which is good for me, averaging spin at 6,670, so loads of control there, loads of stopping power, as I mentioned before. Carry distance sort of 183, peaking out height 106. And descent angle there at 47 as it comes into land, 47 degrees. So again, loads of stopping power. So post your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts of the new Wilson staff model CB irons. Have you got the V6? Would you sort of change up into the CB? Again, I think it's a cracking iron. You know, V6 was a stunning iron, wasn't it? And that, you know, and there's no getting away. It's not all of a sudden a bad iron because the new one's come out. It is a cracking iron. But this just, I think, just modernises the V6. Got that little bit more tungsten in that toe section there. We've got some stabilizers in there. So little subtle things that may just sort of help over the long run. But still, it's got that heritage, it's got that look, it's got that feel, as you'd expect to see. And I'm pleased they haven't gone away massively from that against such a successful iron as the V6. So, post comments down below, let me know your thoughts. Love to hear your thoughts as always. Appreciate you watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, just hit that thumbs up, share the video around. And if you haven't subscribed, you know what to do, just hit that subscribe button. Very much appreciate the support. As always, the comments are fantastic generally. There's a few odd ones, but generally the comments are fantastic. So hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.